earlier, a slew of Aquaman movie images dropped at Entertainment Weekly and were posted online, and they're awesome. And I'm just going to go over them with you. So let's really just get into it. All right, I'm on the Entertainment Weekly website, and there is Aquaman Jason Momoa on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. Like they just threw a bunch of water on him. I doubt he was actually wet when they took that picture. That's all like done in Photoshop. I don't know, maybe he was. They probably like put some water on him before to make his hair, flat and stuff, and wet on him. But all this extra water like all over the like image and stuff, that's probably Photoshop. Nice cover though. He's looking, very intensely at the camera. And here's the next version of the cover. And that's him, standing in the middle of this other version of the cover. And on one side, it's Nicole Kidman playing his mother, Queen Atlanta. And on the other side is Mara, played by Amber Heard. This is cool. I like this one. It's heavily Photoshopped, as I guess... Well, I don't know. A lot of pictures from movies like this and movies in general are like heavily Photoshopped and airbrushed now. But, looks fine to me. They have the whole wave effect on the entertainment part of Entertainment Weekly to emphasize, the water motif. There's Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as Black Manta. He's like leaning, I don't know what scene this is, but he's like in the ship or in somewhere, looking at the famous Black Manta mask. And I think this is great. Black Manta is like one of my favorite characters in comics. In the comics, he's like an amoral killer. I just love the determination and like the just viciousness of this character. Or he's not even vicious, like he just almost is so... To me, he seems so emotionally detached when he's just completely like eviscerating people. And I think that's fascinating. He is passionate about his hatred of Aquaman. So I'm curious about how this character is going to look in real life. And this actor, I only watch like sci-fi stuff. So I know he was in other stuff people like he was in this show called The Get Down, and he was in The Greatest Showman and other things, and Baywatch. But, this will be the first time that I'll have ever really seen him, like, being an interesting major character in a movie. And I'm curious as how I think Black Manta's always had a cool look, outfit. But that helmet, the helmet is always seen, while it's striking in the comics, logistically, it always seemed like this big cumbersome thing that would be really weird and difficult to wear in real life. Like he would get stuck in doorways walking, with that helmet on. So I'm curious how they're going to execute this in the movie. I guess they're just going to make it so the helmet isn't like as large as it sometimes is drawn in the comics. Because it doesn't look very big right there, that helmet. Not too big. Here's a closer up look at it. I don't know. What do you think? It looks cool, mind you. And let's go to something else. Okay, here are more pictures. This is Aquaman and Mera talking to Volko, played by Willem Dafoe. This is Willem Dafoe from the back, so you can't see his face. And James Wan, of course, the director, is there. Whoops. Giving them direction. There's another scene of Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I guess he's entering a submarine that's under the water or somewhere. Because there's water splashing in from up top. Because I guess as he's opening up the thing and coming down, water's coming down with him. Because it's physics. I don't know. I think that's what's going on. There he is talking to Orm, his half-brother, Ocean Master, played by Patrick Wilson, who's supposed to be this movie's main villain. Ocean Master and Black Manta are basically Aquaman's two, biggest villains for the most part, historically. Aquaman has a lot of villains, but those are pretty much the two most well-known and usually the most dangerous. And they're both in Atlantean gear. This is the first time I think we've seen any images of Patrick Wilson as Ocean Master. Patrick Wilson is a good actor who's been acting for a long time. So I'm happy, he's being rewarded by getting a high-profile role, by being the villain in a major movie. That's probably going to do really well. I mean, Patrick Wilson has had big roles in other movies before, but I don't think this will probably be the biggest one that he's been in. The most successful one. Like, he was in Watchmen. He played... What was that character's name? I forget, but this character will probably do a lot more for his career. I like this image. I don't think they're probably going to be enemies from the beginning. I don't think they're going to start out as friends. I think they're going to completely, from the beginning, be bad. And Ocean Master is actually right now in the Mera mini-series in the comics. He's a major character in there. And he's being very well written in the comic. There's Aquaman and Mera on land. It's like she's reading a treasure map or something. I don't know. She could be reading anything and they're on some kind of hunt. They look nice. Her hair looks dyed really badly, or that's like an obvious wig. But, I mean, in TV shows and movies, they're pretty obvious about women having to wear wigs and dye hair and it not looking that, authentic. I guess that's just how it is. And here's Nicole Kidman as Aquaman's mother holding him. This is probably a flashback or early in the movie when they talk about his origin. She, I guess, has a relationship with the human father, but because she's queen of Atlantis and Atlantis and the humans, the surface world, don't get along, I think she has to leave the baby with the father and go back to her, ocean people in order to keep them from the kingdoms from going to war or something like that. And this is probably from that scene. She looks better here than she does on the cover. I like this. I'm not thinking that her role in this movie will be that big. But anyways, there we have it. Our first group of images from Aquaman. This is great. This was released just a little while ago because we haven't really heard or seen that much of Aquaman yet. They've kept it shrouded like in mystery and secrecy. And now they just unveiled a bunch of stuff. So a lot of people, I think, were interested. Aquaman actually trended on Twitter a little bit because of this. And I'm sure this was done on purpose on Warner Brothers' parts. They've been trying purposely to keep anticipation high for this movie by not telling or showing people a lot until now. And I think they're gearing up to release a trailer sometime soon, sooner than I think we expected. And a lot of other people thought that the Aquaman trailer was going to drop first at Comic-Con, but I think they might be dropping it sooner than that. And these images are to whet our appetite. And I think from what I've seen online, they've been going over pretty well with people for the most part. Although I haven't checked, everywhere. They're going over well with me. I think they're great images. I like them. But anyways, of course I'll be making more videos about Aquaman, especially when that trailer drops. Some people are thinking it might drop as early as tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye. I just waited for a second time, huh? But okay, see you later.